great to be here at Cpac. This is an historic moment. A year ago, the pundits were telling us conservatism is dead. Not now. Just like 1980 with Ronald Reagan and 1994 when you sent me and the contract with America to Congress, conservatives are once again on the march on Washington. We're ready to restore our Constitution, to ensure the sanctity of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'm here to introduce the man who succeeded me, my dear friend Mike Pence. He is, as he describes himself, a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican, in that order. Before coming to Congress, Mike ran a think tank where he thought through the policy issues. And then he was a talk show host where he learned to become a great communicator. In fact, I think he'll be the next great communicator in our party. Now Mike is campaigning tirelessly for conservatives to take back Congress, to dethrone Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. And to send Harry Reid and his midnight deals back to Nevada. This time after time, Mike's proven to be a great leader for our cause. When Washington said we have to rescue Wall Street and buy General Motors, Mike stood up and said, "No more bailouts." When Barack Obama said we have to pass a cap-and-trade tax on energy, Mike stood up and said, "No. No. No cap-and-trade tax, Mr. President." And when Obama said we've got to let the government take over our health care system, Mike Pence said, "No way." Mike has said yes to the American way of life, to free enterprise, to our Constitution, to the pursuit of liberty, to the sanctity of life, to all the things that make this the greatest nation on this earth. Yesterday, Vice President Cheney told us his predictions. Well, it's my hope that in 2012, the American people will not only say no to Barack Obama, but they'll get a chance to say yes to Mike Pence, our next speaker.
Thank you for that. I'm Mike Pence. I'm from Indiana. Welcome to the conservative comeback and the beginning of the end of the Pelosi Congress, Cpac 2010. Thank you, David McIntosh, for that grossly over-the-top introduction. It is much appreciated. Thank you to the board, to Jed Babin and the rest. I got to be honest with you, though. You know, they say behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. And my wife, Karen Pence, is sitting right there. 25 years this June. Give her a round of applause, will you please? You know, I was really excited with this time slot. You know, they called me up and said, how about 11 a.m. Friday at Cpac for your address? And I said, man, that is great timing. You know, in politics, really, timing is everything. And I was driving down the road yesterday, and I heard the news that Tiger Woods would be addressing the nation at 11 a.m. Friday. Oh, perfect. But you know, there is hope. Somebody beyond you good people in this room might see this speech. I mean, I got a Facebook page. And YouTube springs eternal. What a difference a year makes. Last year at this podium, I said that despite our defeats in 2006 and 2008, I believed we were on the brink of a great American awakening. But I had no idea. I mean, a year ago, most conservatives were still sure of our principles, but we were pretty uncertain about the future. I mean, a year ago it seemed like there was only a remnant of people in this country unbowed by the glamour and the appeal of the new American left. At Cpac 2009, we met under a seemingly unconquerable juggernaut of one-party liberal government in Washington, D.C. I mean, Barack Obama had a 120% approval rating, according to MSNBC. No, seriously though, his approval rating was over 65% in all 57 states. Unprecedented Democrat majorities in both houses, and unchallenged liberal dominance in the media, our courts, our public schools, our universities. It's extraordinary. It was a force that seemed indomitable to everybody that didn't know you. Now look at you. Look at what you've done. You proved Thomas Jefferson right. The people are the ultimate guardians of their own liberty. Because of you, the American people have been on the march to restore the timeless values that built this nation. A march that was first bugled by you right here in this room 1 year ago. The American people are on the march, and they're on the march to win back America. And they took that march of freedom to historic elections in Virginia, in New Jersey, and in the state formerly known as Taxachusetts. We have a Republican member of the United States Senate because of you. As we say south of Highway 40, who'da thunk it? Facing overwhelming opposition, you stood firm, and you inspired a nation. Because of you, the question of American renewal is no longer if, it's when. And your enthusiasm for freedom and limited government has been contagious. With your strong support, even Republicans in Congress have returned to the fight for fiscal discipline and limited government. I mean, really. 3 years ago, Republicans didn't just lose their majority, we lost our way. I mean, when I opposed the members of my own party and my president on things like No Child Left Behind and the prescription drug entitlement, I warned them, sometimes right here at Cpac, that if we walked away from the principles that minted our national governing majority, the American people would walk away from us. And you did. But after a year that saw every single House Republican vote against the failed stimulus bill, every single House Republican vote against the budget-busting budget, and nearly every Republican oppose big government schemes in energy and health care, let me tell you from inside the building, Republicans in Congress are back in the fight, and they're back in the fight on the right. Now, some people around here like to call us the party of no. Well, I say no is way underrated here in Washington, D.C. Sometimes no is just what this town needs to hear. When it comes to more borrowing, the answer is no. When it comes to more spending, the answer is no. When it comes to more bailouts, the answer is no. And when it comes to some health care summit that's nothing more than a photo op designed to pave the way for Obamacare 2.0, the answer is no. Conservative Republicans are back. And we're in the fight for fiscal discipline, and we're on the side of the American people. So this is what you did. You took the battles in Washington, D.C. to the streets of America. You marched to the airwaves of talk radio, to tea parties, to April 15th, to town halls, and to the National Mall on 9/12. Wasn't that something?